Mrs. Smith, you talked about how Henry is close with you and how he actually came out to you. Can you walk me through his coming out process? What did he tell you?
He was kind of beating around the bush for a little bit. Like he wouldn't directly tell me, and I kind of had to pry it out of him. So I had to ask him a lot of questions, but yeah.
What were your feelings immediately after following his coming out to you?
Well, I was in disbelief. I just don't think that it's true. I just think that he is, like we said, we talked about, he's just going through a phase in his life. It just doesn't make sense. And it just makes me angry that he is just now telling us, because he was talking to me about how he's been feeling this way for a while, but it just makes me angry that he's just now telling me since we're so close.
You feel frustrated because your relationship wasn't close enough that he felt comfortable to tell you sooner?
Yeah.
You mentioned that you and Henry's relationship isn't as close as he and your wife's. So him coming out to your wife, how did that make you feel?
I mean, I wasn't surprised. Like they do everything together. I feel like she almost babies him. I mean, he is the baby, but she babies him a lot. So I wasn't surprised on that. Like, we're not that close. But I mean, it was hard that he didn't feel comfortable telling me, or that, I don't know. It kind of reinforced the idea that, in fact, like, we really aren't that close.
How did your wife break the news to you?
Oh, I mean, we kind of always talk before we go to bed, and she just shared with me what happened, and it was hard for me to sleep that night. I mean, but I was glad that she told me, because if not, I wouldn't have known.
So you feel like your wife coddles Henry, and so that's why he came out to her and not to you instead?
Yeah.
What are your interactions with Henry's two older brothers? What kind of things do you guys like to do together?
Oh, well, they like to play sports. I mean, they're on like a football team and stuff. And I played football in high school and college, and so I know a lot about that. And so we've always played sports together. Whatever that may be, baseball or football. I feel like we're always in the backyard doing stuff. And
So you probably relate better to them because they're interested in the same things as you. Is that right?
yeah.
You mentioned that Henry likes theater. Do you guys go and watch his plays?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel like you are supporting him in that way?
Yeah.
Now talking back to Henry's interactions at school, has he talked to you about the name calling and what his reactions are to that?
I mean, he's told me that he gets frustrated that people call him fag and gay and stuff like that, but it just seems like he's not super affected by it. He just kind of ran it by me and he was just telling me that, and it makes me feel more concerned than he actually is.
You feel like Henry's probably handling the conflicts at school a little better than you are?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that relates at all to the way that you say your wife babies Henry?
Can you repeat what you just asked?
She said that she's not handling the conflicts as well as Henry is. Do you feel like that relates at all to how you feel that she babies him?
I mean, I think it's important that he, I don't think that being bullied is like babying him or any related to that in any way, if that answers your question. But, I mean, he doesn't want to go to school, I guess. We kind of have to make him go some days. So, I mean, I feel like he is more effective maybe than she makes it sound like. I mean, there are times where I feel like every kid does that, like they fake sick because they don't want to go to school. But he's been doing that a lot more, and so we've kind of had to push him out the door. I mean, I want him to toughen up. I want him to face people that are against him, but again, I don't think it's appropriate at school that kids are calling him, or I don't think it's appropriate anywhere, but that's being done at school. Like, there needs to be something in place that prevents that, or some way that Henry can handle it himself.
So Henry's just been avoiding school altogether. Mr. Smith, you feel like Henry needs to just toughen up and face these problems head on, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I understand that it's a problem, but I think that he makes it more, he's so much more emotional about it than he needs to be. Sometimes you just have to toughen up and face people that are gonna be, there are always gonna be people who are mean to you, rather if you're gay or if you're not, there's gonna be people that criticize you, and he just needs to learn how to face those people on his own, rather than always needing her to solve his problems for him or whatever. He needs to learn how to do that for himself.
What's your response to what your husband's saying?
Honestly, I feel a little frustrated because I just think that the fact that he wants to change him by telling him to toughen up, that's, I don't know, that's just not him. I just think that, I know that he can handle it on his own, and I'm not gonna sit there and baby him and, you know, go and fight off those friends and people at school for him, but I just don't think by him altering his personality or who he is helpful in any way.
I feel like your husband's not necessarily accepting who Henry is, but trying to make him be something that he's not. Do you think there's any truth to that statement?
I mean, yeah, I would like, I mean, for my son to be different. I want him to live a normal guy's life, like his brothers have. And I know I don't understand that. I don't understand the theater thing. I mean, wearing tights and that doesn't make sense to me. But, I don't know. I don't know.
So you and Henry's relationship has always been close. Since his coming out, has communication stayed pretty fluid between the two of you, or has that changed at all?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, he's more open with me now than he has been before. And I know that it's because he feels like that deepest part of him has finally come out, I guess. And so I think that we're a lot more close now.
Seeing your wife and your son become closer because of this process, what's your reaction to that?
I mean, I'm glad that they're able to be close. I'm glad for her that, I mean, that him and her are able to talk about this, because I know it's really important for her to talk through the emotions and all that with him. And I'm not very good with that, so that's good that she does that. But I don't know, it is hard to always, like, to see my two sons, you know, and I be so close, and then with Henry it's just so different. And I mean, I want to be close with my son, I just don't necessarily know how to go about that without being fake with him or acting like I like the things he likes, or I don't know, so.
You feel like by, I guess, relating to Henry better, that you would be putting on some sort of a front because it's not how you truly feel?
Yeah.
What are your son's reactions to Henry's coming out process?
I don't know, have you noticed any?
I'm
do
not
they know?
close with them.
I don't know if they even know, to be honest. I haven't said anything to them, so, I mean, I don't know if they've heard things from, you know, their friends, you know, or like their friends' little brothers have said something. I don't know how that works, but we haven't said anything to them. Like I said, it's just a phase. We don't want to worry, like, tell them about this when it's just going to be over with in a few months or whatever, so we're trying to kind of wait that out, I think.
You have any additional questions you want to
I
ask?
mean, I could go on, but
But
Well, we're going to switch so everybody
Okay.
can do it then.